didn't come up.
coming up. It's not
No.
coming up. Good evening and welcome to it. I know it did catch that first few minutes. It's not coming up. It's not coming up. Yeah, it wouldn't. The introduction wouldn't come up for some reason. I don't know why, but good evening and welcome to Let's Talk Shop with Russ. And yes, I'm wearing these black glasses because I lost my other glasses. I don't know if they're in the truck or in the house, but I lost them. So the other thin pair I was wearing last week. Yeah, I know. It's like
those are the only ones.
so,
Yeah.
but
You're gonna get one of these, put it on your neck.
well, that's what I got on this one. Hold on. Where's it at? This one I've got the hoop that keeps it around the neck.
Yep.
The other is the pair that I take out, and they're a little bit thinner, so you can see my face better because I know you love my lovely face. Paul's Messy Workshop. Oh, get out of here. Aussie Man is out there. Aussie Man. Lynn's Handcrafted Wood Shop. Good to have you out there. There, Mike, Michelle Marcoux. Thank you for being out there. Heirloom Gang Calls is out there real quick.
Hello.
Dan Inge from Dan Inge Woodworking.
Hey, Dixon Hoffman's out there.
And Dan, I'll explain that in a few minutes. I just got the okay to be able to Heirloom Gang Calls. Jimbo, James Parker. He's out there. Thank you, James. Okay, so back to Dan. Dan asked me to do something for him, and I had several sinus infections and stuff. And my doctor basically told me, some of y'all wonder why I got into 3D printing, and I've never actually explained this part of it and the sublimation. I was told by my doctor, because I had so many bad sinus infections and stuff, stay away from sawdust for a while. I realized that I've never told that or said anything about it, but I just didn't think it was that important. But so I got indulged in some of the other aspects. So I haven't had a sinus infection in a while. So my doctor said, if you want to experiment, wear a mask and get back into sawdust. So Dan had asked me to do something for him. So Dan, I may be able to complete your request here in the near future. I'm going to experiment and try it out and see how it goes, and see how I'll wear a mask, but see how the sawdust goes. Because I mean, every time I went out in the shop, I got a sinus infection, and he just said, stay away from it for a while. So I experimented with other things, but anyway, I'm looking to see if we're on Facebook.
No, you're on
YouTube. I know we're on YouTube, and I know we're on Twitch. I'm looking to see if we're on the Facebook. Yep, we're on Facebook.
The
Yep,
doctor
we're on
said
Facebook.
you're allergic to hobbies and you have to sell all your stuff.
No, I had such a bad time with sinus infections that it's just like back to back to back. And he says, what are you doing? And he said, it may be that. And I quit it I've been quit for almost 6 months. That I haven't messed with my scroll saw or anything. Actually, I think it's longer than that, but that's the reason I indulged into the 3D printing and other things, just to stay away from. Now, I'm not going to say if I needed to make something that I wouldn't go out in the wood shop and make something, but the point was I leered away from it. Matter of fact, Donna, that however you ever want to say it, genome or genome?
Yeah.
I've got it sitting on a little 32 by 32 inch little tiny table. It rocks that world.
It rocks that world.
So I am going to have to build a table to set that dang embroidery machine on it. because it's shaking the table. I'm literally having to hold the table when that sucker is moving.
You literally mean like this.
Yes.
I thought you meant rocked like good.
No, it literally
Yeah,
shakes
that's what
the
I thought
table.
too, but then I thought, no.
Left, let's put it this way: up, down, left, right. It shakes the table, and so it's on this little tiny four-legged little table that like a card. You know how you buy these little card tables that you can unfold and put the little seats around it?
Like,
Well, that's what it's on, and this sucker, the other piece of poo-poo brother didn't have any problem. This sucker rocks the table.
Yep.
So I'm literally going to have to build a table to put this on. It's like, you know how you get a scroll saw and you put it on a table and it like shakes when you're scrolling?
Yeah.
Understand you have to put the scroll saw on a table where it's bolted down and everything? Well, that's the same thing with it. It rocks the table. So
Yeah, all of them I've had they've had a table that was built for it, which you can,
Right.
bolt down or whatever.
Right.
Or it's a table I made to put it on
Right.
to keep that from happening.
Right. Hi, Mom.
Hi,
How you doing?
Oh, Mom.
I'm doing pretty good. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, I have to take
Hi.
her Monday to go get staples out of her head.
Yeah, from the fall.
Yeah, she had 7
Oh, my goodness.
staples put in her head.
Right.
But I'm okay.
Yeah.
Good.
We're glad to have you here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Well, I trust me, I'm glad to be here too. I woke up and seen green. It wasn't brown.
Yeah.
That made my day. All right, so let's start off the show with telling everywhere where you can find you, Jim.
Jim Bashir's Driveway Workshop. I've got a complaint. If you can see that little stinking crack of light that's still left there between the trees.
Yeah.
Last week, there was so much light coming through and it blacked everything or washed everything out.
Yeah.
One week, we lost a whole civilization's worth of daylight. And I live right on the edge of Central Time and the other communist time zone, Eastern Time.
The real time.
So the Eastern Time zone guys always get the hour extra for us of light. I hate this time of year.
It's dark out already at 7.
And so I had to get this big light out. Let me see if you can see it. I got one of these.
Yeah, we can see it.
Light bulbs.
You're
Let me see if
positively
you can
glowing.
light up. I'm gonna have to put my disco lights back on. So while they're talking, I'm gonna go get my disco lights back on.
All right.
I'm done complaining.
All right, between Jim and Paul, Heirloom Game Call says he has he's fighting pneumonia.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he
Pretty
says,
cool.
mainly due to my throat stuff, sometimes stuff goes down the wrong way into my pipe and causes bacterial pneumonia. Wow. Yeah. Well, thank God I ain't got that. So, no, I just had some problems with my sinuses. I think we've worked it out between a couple of prescriptions. First off is Zyrtec. My doctor right up the bat said take Zyrtec. And so I've been taking Zyrtec, and there's a couple other things. And it's really worked very well for me. I was in my late 50s. Like, I didn't have a sinus infection. I turned 59 or 60 years. I'm 65, 66. I didn't have a sinus infection until I was 59, 60 years old. And I'm like, what the heck? And my doctor said, well, it just finally built up in your immune system to the point that now it can't take it anymore. So, yeah, I'm allergic to oak pollen. And guess what we have here all around my house? Oak trees.
The oaks. The oaks.
And it's not, even if I cut every oak tree down in my property, guess what my neighbors have?
Oaks.
Oak trees. The one across the street, the one on the left, the one on the right. So it doesn't do me no good to cut them down because You know what? The best thing that helped me, and for all y'all out there with suffering with allergies, let me tell you this way: go to Walmart, buy a $10 or a $15 box fan. I made a stand for mine in my room. Literally, I will have to post it. And I took a 24 by 24. You pay the top dollar for the allergens and the pollen and all that stuff, air filter, and put it on the back of it. And I turn it on wide open, and it runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It collects all the dust and all the dirt inside. Every once a week, you would be surprised how much you see on the back of that box fan. And guess what? They sell air filters for $200 or $300 that's supposed to do the same thing. I get a 24 by 24 inch filter on the back of a box fan, and it collects all that stuff. Now you have to pay the high dollar for the filters because there is a difference. I tried it with the cheap ones. It didn't work so great. I tried it with the expensive ones, and I was like, wow, I can sleep at night all night long and not wake up like I used to. So 24-inch box fan, high dollar 24 or 24-inch filter on the back of it, turn it on and let it run in your room.
CPAP machine.
Yeah,
That's the way to go. Yeah,
next step. So the next person,
the nasal one's the good one, guys. Get the nasal one.
Paul. Tell us where we can find you, Paul.
I'd say here, but I'd get in trouble.
Yeah, I know.
You can find me at Paul's Messy Workshop on YouTube and on Instagram. Usually you can find me over at Twitch on Sundays watching Al's show at 3 o'clock real time or 2 o'clock Central Time.
Central's the real time. Your time
No,
is
it isn't. No.
That right coast thing.
Yeah, well, what can I say? And anyway, that's where you can find me. And thanks for having me on.
You're welcome. James, who was it, said, Vix is my best friend. Somebody said Vix is my best friend. Yes, I agree with you. Vix. I take Vix and put it underneath my nose before I go to bed at night sometimes.
Have you seen that new roll-on Vicks they have?
No, I haven't seen that. But
yeah, it's a roll-on. You can roll it on your chest, and
I put the stuff underneath I put it in my mustache because I got hair here. I'll put it in my mustache and I breathe really good. So
and now for the old people talk part of the show.
I like to put it in my eyes.
Yeah, no, I don't put it on my eyes. You're dumb, stupid if you put it on your eyes.
It'll clear up everything.
Anyway, Dixon, tell us where we can find you.
Dixon Hoffman. You can find me at hoffmansignsandDecals.com.
Put it on my eyes. Are you that stupid? Chris, tell us where we can find you.
Hey guys, Chris here at the Yellow Cranky Workshop. You find me Facebook and YouTube. And lesson learned today, make sure your battery on your camera is working before you talk for 20 minutes.
Al, tell us where we can find you.
Al Forte, Kilroy 79763 or something like that. My stream on Twitch just for fun, 2 p.m. Central, and I'm working on these little triangles, maybe, I don't know, and some other stuff.
I noticed the Star Trek Enterprise didn't turn out too great today.
Hell yeah, that was kind of a
sucked.
passing thing. But,
well, that kind of sucked. Well, I want to tell you, my idea on 3D printers is too little is too much.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. Look.
You just got them too little. Yeah.
That's exactly.
You just got them too little. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, too little. They have a point where of no. That's when you go to the 3D resin printers.
Yeah, and that's the next step for me to go to the resin. I do have a question for Dixon. Dixon, I'm making these little hinges, okay?
Yeah, they're little. That's our damn.
I need a pin. I need I can't make it big enough. I'm gonna try resin for this too.
Just do music wire for a pin.
What?
Yeah, I agree. Do
Music
something
wire
really
from a
fine.
guitar or something like that.
Yeah,
For a
I've got a just a regular old pin that I was gonna make the little round holes, on each side, how they alternate, and then drop the pin through there. But the little
That's a
holes
good
didn't
idea.
work.
That's a good idea.
Well-
Donna, tell us where we can find you.
Donna's Wooden Art, Donna's Embroidery Plus. Find me on YouTube, find me on Facebook. I still ain't opened up the Etsy thing yet, so you can look, but you can't find me there. But look, I got a new business card. I got to finish.
And that's cool.
Yes.
Yay! Finally updated after like 10 years.
And I want to say thank you to Donna every time anyway, I'm going to send you my address or any of that thread you want to send me. And I'll pay for the shipping. Just that you said you can't use. I'll ship it to me. I'll pay you for the shipping.
You want some
I
thread?
thought you
She had a
something
lot
about
of the thread she couldn't use on her machines because it's so small or whatever. And her and her sister said they'd send it to me, so I'll pay for the shipping. And thank you very much. So
Yeah, because I've got it. I got a lot hanging on the wall, and I still have some boxes somewhere that.
well, just send me whatever. I'll pay for it. I'll pay for the
I'll send
shipping.
you
Just
some
tell me what it is. So anyway, what is too much? We need to get into that. We're 17 minutes into the program and even talking about what is too much. Now, first off, I am not going to answer this until everybody else has had a chance to speak because you don't want to hear my answer. Jim, what is too much? I mean, too much wood, too much software, too much.
Too much wood. I've got so much wood in my garage, I can't even move. And actually, we found, I don't know if you can see these very well. We got these things at one of these discount stores for $6 a piece. And we wound up buying 6 cases of them, 12 in each case, so we could laser stuff and sell them on Facebook Marketplace.
And you still haven't done it, have you?
Wood. I can't even move.
Yeah.
So
Well,
wood's my problem.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying is, but what has been the difficulty in getting your ass off your ass and doing it?
I'm not retired like you guys are. Number one, no, it's a fair question. Number two, I can't move in the shop. I got a good point. I throw away a bunch of stuff before I can get out there to. Either this year sometime I'll be retired and then I'll start doing it for money.
I kind of resent that first remark.
I don't.
I resent that first remark.
He has to earn his way into the retirement club. He's got to do his job.
I know. But,
absolutely
okay,
right.
Fair, but my point being is, didn't you say to yourself, I bought 6 cases of this, why did I not go out and start laser engraving it?
No, why didn't you buy 10 cases?
I did.
Yeah, I could have had 10.
It's kind of funny because I got up to the cashier and there's this big sign that says resellers talk to the manager first. So Glenna put 2 boxes in her cart, went to a different cashier, and then I put 2 in mine. And we started talking, and she goes, "What are you going to use these for?" They're Christmas presents.
There you go. That's a good answer.
Yeah. I did basically that same thing that you're talking about, but I lasered all mine and got rid of them. I gave them away.
Yeah, well, I will.
I put God bless this food on them and gave them away.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do Facebook
because I got them so cheap. I bought a case of them for like $6 or $8, and there was like there were less than $1 a piece. And
yeah.
So I was like, I'll laser engrave them. I put God bless this food, and I had a nice little. I got one in the kitchen I can bring in and show you. But anyway, so yeah, so
yeah.
All right, so Paul, what's too much?
I'm a hoarder.
You're a hoarder. You're a hoarder.
So there's
Oh, boy.
never too much. You can't have too much. The only thing that I would clarify that with is software. My older brain doesn't work as good as younger brains.
I agree with that. I
and
agree
Stole
with that.
my idea.
I've got a 3D printer, I've got a CNC, I've got a laser. They all use different software. It's true.
And you're trying,
They're very similar, but they're different. And
you're trying to remember how to work each one.
Oh, exactly. And then I throw in
Hands
another
up.
program.
Have you ever been there? Hands up and testify.
Yeah, I have a terrible time with software. I just have a terrible time because if I don't use something for a month or so, then I forget how to use it. I forget the software.
Amen, brother.
Yeah.
Amen.
Not only
Amen.
that, once you figure it all out, then they change it all.
No.
Oh yeah, then there's the update. Yes.
Once I
got that
figure it
right.
all out,
There's the update and everything changes. Oh, we have an update for you, and then you go back and the tools don't work the same. Or
yeah. Once I figure out how to use the software again, I forgot what I was going to do.
Yeah.
But no, I think as far as my workshop, it's such a mess that there's no hope. But I'm just a hoarder when it comes.
Is anybody watching the chat? By the way,
what chat? We got a chat.
Chat.
Yeah, they Harley Game calls. They have a stick that works well, and it isn't greasy or like a Vicks. I don't know where that's coming from. That has to be back with the sinuses thing.
Dan says he has too many bandsaws. He said, "Do I really need 7 bandsaws? People keep giving me tools."
You could never have too many bandsaws.
Oh, too many tools.
Actually, I have a friend. His name is George Hatch. He's the president of the Lakeland Woodworking Club, and he has a shop that is enormous. I'm talking about it's probably 30 by 50 shop. Just take a guess. Yeah, 30 by 50. That's a good.
Like Rob Austin's shop.
Oh, bigger than that.
Wow.
Bigger than Rob Austin's.
Rob Austin's got a big one.
Oh, it's bigger than that.
Yeah.
So therefore, he has, I know for a fact he has somewhere between 5 and 7 bandsaws. And I asked him, why do you need so many? He goes, I got tired of changing blades. So I put a blade in specific for each bandsaw, and I just go to the one I want.
I think that's a brilliant idea. I think that's the way to go.
He has a shop big enough to do it. Trust me. Yeah. So when you say that, it does make sense without a shadow of a doubt.
He's right. The worst job in the shop is changing the damn bandsaw blade.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
I'm getting it all lined up.
My biggest problem too is
it's not like a scroll saw where you can pop the blade in, pop the blade out, and keep on going. It's totally different.
Even the
Okay,
tape is
Austin Man said he has 12 routers.
Huh.
There you go. See? But all right, so I would say that his routers are specific for a different bit, and he got tired of changing each one, and so as he could afford it, he bought a different router.
Or a different setup or a different jig.
I can see having a roundover bit in one and just leaving it in there, you know.
Yeah.
Especially
that's why years ago I told the wife I needed 30 3D printers so I don't have to change the colors.
There you go.
Real Handcrafter says they have 4 routers and 3 scroll saws.
There you go. All right.
Jimbo's got about 25
it's
measures.
what time is it? Is it halfway through? No, I won't divulge my until halfway through the show. I need a miniature table saw. Actually, Harbor Freight Tools sell a miniature tables. Miniature. Oh no, she said miniature sander. I'm sorry, I thought she said something else.
She said
anyway,
miniature saw and miniature sander.
Okay, well, Harbor Freight Tools sells a miniature table saw, but it sucks.
I
I
thought
bought it.
about getting rid of my table saw altogether and just using a bandsaw and a track saw.
Well, you can do that. I use my track saw, Paul, 300% more than I use my table saw. Because when I bring it in, I have to cut the sheets up before I can take it into my shop. So what I have done is I built a rolling platform to roll it around up against the back of my tailgate and just roll the plywood right, or pull the plywood right off onto that. And I use my track saw to cut the pieces up and take it into my shop. Then from those small pieces, because I can only get about a 5-foot piece on my table saw, because that is so accurate. I don't want it to cut bigger pieces, if you understand my point. I want that sucker to be premium prime. When I cut something, that table saw is cutting it accurate. So I'll break it down on the outside, bring it in the shop on the inside.
Did you see what Christopher popped up on his advertisement?
Oh yeah, it's gonna come. I accepted. You have to choose what you want to accept for Facebook or YouTube anymore, and they're going to put advertisements.
Well, it was the type of advertisement. It kind of
They're going to put them there where you want them or not, so you can choose the least or the most. I choose the least, but you're still going to see advertisements on your live show. I cannot personally tell them no, because
right.
you have three things: the least amount, the middle, or the most, and you have to choose.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Twitch doesn't give you a choice. You get.
Yeah,
maybe,
you get.
Maybe they do, and I'm the one that wants them.
All right. So my amp, we went ever through. Did I ask you, Don, about least or most?
Me,
Didn't
no.
Didn't ask me.
I think we're on Dixon, were we?
Where was I at when I asked that?
Dixon.
Paul
Dixon.
was
Yeah, you
All
just
right, so
finished
it's
me,
Chris.
so Dixon's
So it's
next.
Chris next.
Dixon's next.
Dixon's next.
No, Dixon said already answered. Did you answer, Dixon?
No. I just said that Paul sort of stole my thunder, but to me, the one with the most toys in the end wins. But one thing I gotta say, he had a good point about software. At our age, stick with what you know and don't try to learn something new. Like if I was to go learn Fusion, I have too many other good softwares that I know.
Yeah.
And another good trick is make sure you're out of money when you die. Don't wait.
Right.
Don't wait
Right.
to spend your money at 80 because you're not gonna care. Spend it when you're young, and you should end up with zero right at the end.
I already told my kids, don't expect an inheritance. I'm blowing every penny. So, but no, I like that idea, Dixon, about that. Yes, you're right. I am trying to learn new software, like Hatch, for the embroidery part of it. It's not too far different from some of the other softwares that I'm used to using. That's little interesting. How do you say that?
Interesting.
No, incrocentrices or whatever. Incrocentrices or whatever.
Idiosyncrasy? Idiosyncrasies.
Idiosyncrasies. Yes, thank you. Idiosyncrasies that are different from the other softwares, but it basically is the same. It's not a 3D type program, and Donald will. Hatch is great. Hatch is like Aspire to wood. Hatch is to
embroidery.
Embroidery. Yeah. Sorry. Thank you. Yeah, Hatch is into embroidery like Aspire is to wood.
Oh yeah.
So And it's not when you get into it. When Donna told me about it, I downloaded. I'm still in within my 30 days, Donna.
Yep.
I haven't bought it yet.
Don't
Oh
buy
no,
it.
no, it's like a $900 or whatever software, which I know Aspire's more than that, but it's like a $900 software. But my point being is Hatch and embroidery is like boom, wow, that's out there. So
Right.
who just left us?
Paul, he had to move on to the next.
Oh,
Yeah,
probably, yeah.
yeah. Okay,
That time.
so that's it. So and then so we did Dixon. Are you through,
Yes.
Chris?
No,
Donna?
All right.
Or Chris? Wow, see, they're all
we
messed
moved.
up.
Yes.
I'll go last. How's that? I'll go last.
Go ahead, Donna. I'll take up after you.
Oh, me?
Yep.
I take care of too many people to be able to get stuff done that I need to get done. There's too much people. Other than that, I got too much thread. I got too much material out there, which it all goes back to I wouldn't have as much if I had more time to get stuff done I need to get done.
So you have too much stuff rather than too much to get done.
I have too much to get done because I'm taking care of too many people to be able to get done. I got my mother here now. I got my brother here, Mark. I got my grandson here, and now a friend from Texas. She just moved out here and is staying over here. And it's like, and then Monday I go to work where I'll be working Monday through Friday from like 8 or 9 a.m. till noon.
Jeez. It's crazy.
So, but yeah, I got too much thread. I don't have too much wood because I do what I can when I can with that. Because of the allergies, I can't do a lot of that. I got a lot of stuff I got to make because I have.
So you're having to take a job Monday through Friday now?
Yeah, I like it. It's delivering food to people who can't come get it through the senior center.
Mm-hmm.
So Monday through Friday, and I help them in the kitchen get everything ready, and then I go deliver the food.
Bless your heart. Bless your heart.
Yeah. Thank God
It
it's
don't
people
pay-
like you.
It only pays like $8 an hour. It don't pay.
I
what-
know, but bless your heart. I mean,
I love it.
bless your heart. Bless your heart.
And then I use some where I make the stuff, and like at Christmas and stuff like that, I go give it to my people.
I
Yes.
pray to God that He blesses you abundantly because of your service. I mean, really.
I'm blessed. I'm doing good.
I know. That's it. I'm blessed. I'm doing good.
Yep. I ain't rich, but you know what? I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm rich in
I
every
know,
other
I'm
way.
blessed. I'm doing good.
You are rich. You are rich with your friends. That's what's
Yes, I do the basic. My is not as physically yours. Mine is monetarily yours. I donate to our church, which does the same thing that you're doing. So
Yep.
that's good.
I love
So,
it. I
and
love it.
Dixon. All right, Dixon. So tell us about all your stuff.
All right, I just did, but I forgot one important thing. Keep it fun because when it turns into a business, the fun goes away.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yep.
That's what I tell people.
That is the number. You couldn't have said it better, my friend. That is the number one thing.
When it becomes a job, it's not so much fun.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I
Exactly.
fight doing the craft shows. I don't want it to become a job.
Exactly.
I did that years ago, and I tell everybody it was the horrid time of my life. When I went back and said, you know what? I don't need this money other than if I want to buy a new tool
Right.
or some more wood or whatever. When I sit back and thought about it, that was like a changing experience.
Yeah. I may try one somewhere down the line, but I'm not rushing to do it. So
I guess it's your Chris. No, since Dixon said that what he's the one that said. So what is your
my addiction, I guess.
No.
I got a couple, but one
I know
right
one of
now
them is.
I've got to get under control is, believe it or not, collecting plastic model kits, model airplanes. I did a count the other day. I moved them over to a spreadsheet. I'm at 325. And I never expected to go past maybe 50. So I got to get building or start selling them. I got to do something with them.
And how many do you have now?
325. So.
I knew you had a lot. I just didn't know if that.
Oh yeah, it's got a little out of control. Matter of fact, I can't get more in the closet. They're stacking up under my desk right now. So the funny thing is, sometimes during the show, I'm over on the auction page looking at what's come up. So,
But that's okay because they're airplanes.
yes, absolutely, they're airplanes. Mine don't
You
fly.
gotta start putting them together.
I do. I'm gonna do a video of my den here. I got a glass case right there full of built-ups. Shelf there, shelf there. There's another shelf going up over here. So I got plenty of planes built. Running out of space.
A frenzy, wicked truth, and I didn't mean to interrupt you, but this is a good one. Al, did you hear? I have begun taking Blender lessons on YouTube, and I got part 3 of 43 done.
Hey,
Yes,
you'll get there.
Blender.
It takes time, but you
Blender
can
is
do
one
it.
of those. Yeah,
Huge learning curve. Huge.
yeah.
You can do it.
People
You can
make
do it.
videos and can post them that is like compared to videos you would watch on the real CBS or NBC or whatever, Fox or whatever.
Mhm.
You can do that on Blender.
There's a question for Chris. How many have you built? How many are not built?
I got about 65 that are built. And what's 325 is the closed kits that haven't been opened yet. So
And we
So
don't want to make a
325 and 65.
to be
we
fair,
don't want
though,
to
I've been
we don't-
building since I was a kid. The only break I took was in college. So 'cause I
we
didn't
don't
have
want to
time.
make a mistake
Hey.
out in the chat room. If there's somebody retiring and they don't have a pile of hobbies like we have, and you want to learn a new language or something like that, that's awesome to do.
That's why I retired at 59.
No,
so I
my
could do my
point being
hobbies.
about Chris is when I was younger, I used to do that modeling thing.
Yep.
As I grew older, I kind of like got out of it, but I still like the modeling
Yeah.
thing like you're doing because that is so. I mean, you can you put it all out there and start breaking it apart, and then reading the instructions, start putting it together. It is so fascinating.
Yep.
If you've never done one, you're missing an experience in your life.
And there's
I
all
tell you,
types of
I'll
models.
start researching specific aircraft groups, squadrons, and try to get the exact markings and the finish to look like a
Right.
combat plane. things
But
like
it's
that.
not only aircraft; it's Star Trek has out there.
Yep, yep.
Star Wars has them out there.
You
There's
got
so
models,
many.
cars,
This is
Yes,
the same way.
cars.
figures,
1953
figures.
Chevys. It
Yeah.
goes beyond the imagination what you can get out there and put
Let's go.
together.
Shelf right there is my sci-fi stuff. So
Yeah.
couple of starships, Battlestar
Yeah.
Galactica ships, things like that. So
So you're missing out because if you say that you can't do some of these things, you can
That's right.
buy a model
mhm.
and you can put it together. And the instructions are there, and you can buy from the most simplistic to the humongous models.
Start simple, work your way up.
I think the most
Exactly.
expensive kit I've seen was about $350
So is
Yeah.
Al
for
done
a
the two
plastic kit. So
Oh, well, here's the one. I haven't put it together.
oh
This
yeah,
was in Walmart.
Star Wars is a B-wing.
Yeah, the big one. This was in Walmart. I just picked it up for the hell of it because I wanted to put it together. I haven't put it together yet,
He
but
has begun
this is in Walmart for
his
$15.
collecting, his
It's-
hoarding of boxes has begun.
$15 is all it cost me to buy this.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I seen it, I just snatched it off the shelf. But yes, I haven't put it together. It's still in the box. It has all the
What's the
parts and
company?
everything.
What company made it?
Isn't that Rebel?
This is Snap It.
No,
Snap It.
that's Snap Tight. That's not the company name.
Or Snap.
Oh,
Here's
NPC.
down here.
Oh, so it's MPC.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is MPC. It's what does it say right up on top of it though?
Snap.
Oh, it does? On top of the
Yeah, it
MPC?
says,
Snap kit. Snap Tight. Yeah. You don't need any glue. You snap together.
yeah.
Easy peasy.
You don't get to smell the glue, Russ.
Nope.
No, I'm gonna put glue on it.
And the
I
other
want
thing
to
is,
smell that damn glue.
the other addiction that's starting is I'm getting back into doing videos to the point where I've got now cordless mics. I've got a teleprompter. I got a new camera coming tomorrow.
Cool.
It's getting there again. So need to get back into it. I
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
that's
I don't know
good.
why I stopped. So
Chris, here's a kit I designed last month, and now I'm selling them
oh,
because
nice.
they don't
Train
make
sets?
them. It's a blast furnace. Yeah, they don't make them anymore. The dies are gone, and they made them in the 70s.
Yep.
And I seen the kits on eBay going for 400 to 1200 a kit.
Oh, easy, yeah.
Wow.
You remember the company Aurora? We all saw
I
the
heard
Aurora kits when we were kids.
Yeah,
Yep.
I do
They
remember.
went out
that,
of
yes.
business, and the rumor was the molds were being shipped over to Europe, and the container went over the side in the storm. So all the molds were lost. That was the rumor. But over the past 10 years,
Wow.
some of those kits are starting to reappear under a different company's name.
Oh,
So I think the
sure.
rumor was all BS. So they're in somebody's
Yeah.
hot little hands. So, but if you find an old Aurora kit, let me know. They're collectibles. I'll make an offer.
Cool. So now, when I started this program, you didn't want to hear what I said. When is too much? Too much.
So am I going to get to say when it's too much?
Oh, L, yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Did I miss you?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
haven't L yet.
We played
Then-
musical chairs. So
I'm sorry, my friend. I misspoke. And go ahead.
No problem. I'm just sitting here on this stool talking like a damn fool. Okay, I got 12 o'clock news blues. You hear? I've given up hope on the afternoon soaps and a bottle of cold brew, Chris. Sorry, buddy. Okay. It's no wonder I'm not crazy. It's no wonder I'm sane at all. Okay. Well, I'm so tired of losing. I got nothing to do with it all day. I got a bunch of stuff. But one of the things
don't give up your day job.
you can't have too much of, and that is, okay, what we all need is wood. Dang it.
But she said,
We can never have enough clamps. That's what I wanted to say. You can never have too many clamps. Ever, ever, ever.
Well orchestrated, my friend. Except your hold up of we can all use too much wood sucked. That's good right there. Just hold it up for a few seconds.
By the way,
that looks pretty good. Yeah.
This came from Sasha LB from Germany. It was a card that Real Sixy
All
won
we need is
on
wood.
that show. And it's a Twitch stream. Sasha
Right.
is the
It
German
looks good. It
killer.
looks great. Is
And
how did is that what you is that how did you is that laser or what
No.
is that?
No, Sasha made a wood block. I think he did it with a CNC. See, Sasha is the German Kilroy, and
No, you don't understand what I'm saying. That what you're holding in my hand is
I'm
that.
getting to it. I'm
Okay.
getting to it. Sasha made the using his CNC. He made a wood block, and then he put ink on it, and then he made the postcards, and he gives them away. He gives them away, in his show. But anyway,
Was that a PDF or whatever you downloaded?
No. He did it in Germany, and did it out of wood. Did a wood block, an impression, put ink on it, and then compressed it down to print it, like
the way they used to print. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. I understand that, but you had to download that.
No.
So is
No, Real Sixy won it on his stream, and Real Sixy said, "Hey, we're going to send it to Kilroy because Kilroy is the Texan Sasha, as Sasha LB is the German Kilroy, because we do a lot of the same stuff basically."
you still don't understand what I'm saying?
No, it was mailed to me.
Yeah,
It's a
that was-
I understand that. It had to be in a format of PDF JPEG, PNG, or something that you could download so that you could use it. What was the frigging file that you downloaded that you could use?
I didn't use any file because
Russ, I think you're missing it.
It
They
was sent
printed it.
to him.
they printed it in Germany and they mailed it to me. See, there's a stamp.
It's
He-
nothing he
they-
made.
All you got to do, Russ, is do you want me to try to get the file from Sasha and have him send
No,
it to you?
you did not show the stamp before.
Okay.
You finally turned it around at the last
Yeah.
moment and showed me the file.
Yes.
No, hold on.
I don't
I
get
want
it.
y'all all to go back, like 30 seconds before, and understand that he just now, within the last 15 or 20 seconds, turned it around and showed me the postcard stamp.
Right.
I want y'all all to go back and realize that he just now posted that he was making me look as an idiot. You were trying to make me be an idiot because you did not say he mailed, because there's email, there's all different kinds of mail.
So you thought he made that?
Yeah. No.
Yes.
Right.
No, I won this.
I agree with you, Donna.
No, it actually-
Exactly right. No,
I
you
didn't
can
win
do
it.
what you want to do to make me
Your
look
friend
like an
won
idiot.
it and send you
You
one.
look like the idiot because you're trying to make me look like an idiot.
I was saying that Real Sixy won it on the Sasha LB show, and he had him send it to me.
Yes, and turn it around. So no, back it off so we can see. So now that was actually mailed, not emailed.
Yes, yes, yes. But the original process was a wood print, a wood block print. And let me see if I can pronounce this properly. Hey,
No,
Texas,
you're not going to pronounce nothing anymore
hey, Texas Sasha.
because you
Darren
tried to make me look like an idiot.
Support. Beste Gruben aus in Deutschland. Sasha.
Yeah, douche is what you're
Deutschland,
called.
not
Douche, yeah,
Deutschland.
douchen blocking is Al's new name. Douchen blocking.
Well, we can
Yeah,
never
douchen
have
blocking.
too many clamps. Nope. Danke, Sasha.
Anyway, what does
Danke,
it
Real
say?
60.
I can't see it good. What does it say? Here,
Make
let
it
me make
solo.
you full
Make
screen.
it solo.
I'll make you full screen.
You know,
I'm not that
after
big
we-
of an ass.
After we've had that
I'm not
whole
that big
thing,
of an ass. I'll make you do it full screen because I actually happen to like it, even though you're
so
the
Al, is that really your problem that you've got too many clamps, or did we just spend a half an hour laughing at
That's
each other?
cool. That's actually cool. All we need is wood, and it has the German thing up there. Yeah, that's actually cool.
Doobie doobie doo. Doobie
I like
doobie
it.
doo.
I like it,
All you need is wood.
even though you're an
Doobie doobie doo.
asshole.
Okay, and clamps. Yes, we need a lot of clamps.
Doobie-doobie-doo.
Danke, Sasha.
Anyways,
Jeez, do you know getting
Tough
information from some of you is like pulling teeth?
Oh, well.
All right, Russ, your turn.
yes.
Oh my God, no! But I'm just really getting information from some of you is like you don't explain yourself when you come in here. And
Hey,
bring
Russ,
somebody.
is it too much?
No, I'm not the biggest dumbass as you are.
Family show.
It's too much.
No, it's just I'm like, did he email that to him? Or I'm like trying to figure out what the he's holding this thing up, and I'm going like, he didn't immediately say he. Never mind. Y'all go watch the video from the beginning and end and see who's right and who's wrong. That's all I ask. So anyway, when it's too much, when you can't afford it.
Oh yeah.
That's my. If you can afford to buy a new 3D printer, if you can afford to buy a embroidery machine, which I just did, if you can afford to buy stuff for sublimation, which this is my new one.
Aussie Man says, but we can't have too many owls.
No.
Yeah, I just made this is my own design, and I have to get it where it's fall, y'all, and these are my little gnomes that go around the bottom of it.
Hey, I have a question.
This is sub. No, wait until I finish. This is a sublimation. When you can, so I am into sublimation. I'm into 3D printing. I'm into laser. I'm into CNC. I'm into embroidery. I'm into vinyl. I have a Cricut machine over there, which is like 3 or 4 years old because me and my wife bought that, and we've been doing things for the family for Cricut. So, but it's still good today. It'll take the new software and they. That's one thing I like about Cricut. Let me say this for the Cricut. My old machine, which is like 2 or 3 years old, they still uphold and they will do, and I can download and do everything on it that the new machines will do. Now there's limitations. Don't get me wrong, but I can still use my Cricut. And even though it's 3 or 4, I applaud Cricut for that because sometimes when your machine gets so old, they'll just cut you off. We don't do these machines anymore. Cricut will uphold their machines throughout, as far as I'm concerned, and what they've told me. So we're still using our old Cricut machine. I have a laser, I have a CNC, 3D printers. I think I said that. So I'm versatile in everything I want to do, but everything that I have paid for. I am obligated to it. So, in other words, I buy the stuff that I need to do it with, but I can't afford it. Where the problem comes when I say that is that if you're trying to do something or open a business uh, that you think you see sublimation or you see 3D printing, so you're going to buy a whole bunch of this or that or the other for doing it. As soon as I started trying to do sublimation, and I thought I was like, my daughter started doing it, and we thought we were hot on the trot. Everybody in the world now is blowing up with sublimation. All you see on Facebook is sublimation. So, what my point is, if you're quitting your job and you think you can do embroidery, or you think you can do in sublimation, or you think you can do in 3D printing, or whatever, you need to make a really outlook back on your life because it's not going to happen like you think it's going to happen unless you are just one of the most outstanding landish personalities in the world that everybody falls in love with you and they're going to buy all your stuff, because it's not going to happen. I buy my toys because, number one, I can afford them. Number two, that's what I want to do. Number three, I can afford the stuff that I need to buy for my toys. If you don't fall in any one of those three categories and you're thinking about owning a business, you need to understand that when you own the business, you're not expected by the IRS to make a product or a profit for 3 years. The IRS will pass you by that you didn't make a profit for 3 years on the company. I know. I own 3 companies. So therefore, you need to understand during that 3-year period, you have a grace period to make a profit. Think about that really quick. Because when you start spending this money on buying machines and materials and stuff that you're going to produce because you think you're going to make a big profit, like the sublimation. Oh my God, when I first bought that sublimation, I think me and my daughter were doing it. Now everybody in the world is doing sublimation. Every time I turn around, there's sublimation posts on my Facebook.
It's
Donna, is that not true for embroidery?
Same way with embroidery. Don't. I mean, I went and got my machine, and Mary's like, "Yeah, you can make money at it." Blah blah blah. And it's like, well, we'll see. You know, I love doing it, but if I was to make money or quit, I would have to quit because you got everybody and their grandkids and nieces that get these, and day one they're like, "Hey, I do embroidery now," and they'll undercut you. And that's okay because that's how you know you're gonna get what you pay for. This is what I charge. Either you want it or you don't. It's not where if it says $20, I'm not gonna do it for 10 because that's what the price is.
Yes.
I don't make money at this. I have never made money at this. I do occasionally do sales where it does good, but I didn't get into it to make money. I mean, yeah, that would be a plus. And eventually I might get to where I can. But I enjoy it. Just like woodworking. I never really made a lot of money with that. But it's something I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell people always get at least a couple of hobbies. Because you might develop allergies. I developed allergies to wood, so I can't do it that much. Well, I had this to fall back on. But don't do it thinking you're going to get rich. It's not going to happen.
Exactly. You said everything that I just said and double duplicated, double down, or whatever you want to say it.
It's like, oh, I've been doing it 3 years and I don't make anything. I might get out of it. I'm like, don't get in it to make money. Yes, it's great if you can. And if you hit the right niche, you can do something.
The stuff that I bought I started in the embroidery business because I think I made this statement before. My son paid an extraordinary amount for hats and shirts. And I went like, you paid how much in our business? And I was like, there's no way it would cost you that much. And so then I talked to Donna, and then I got into the thinking about doing embroidery and everything. And so
You'll definitely save money doing your own instead of having somebody else do it.
Yes. He paid $300 for like 3 shirts and 3 hats.
Yeah, you got scammed on that. That's all I can say. I mean,
no, I didn't get scammed. My son got scammed.
Yeah, he got scammed. I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah, and the hat sucked. Here's one of the hats he bought. Hold on.
I just did a hat for somebody last week. They go, how much to put my name on the side of the hat? I said, $10. They're like, oh, that's a really good price. Okay. And gave me the hat, and I put the name on it. Go, here you go. Okay, that was $10 made because they already had the hat. You know. But it's like,
this is one of the hats. How the hell do you put it on the one side and not the other?
Hey, it's kind of crooked, isn't it?
It's not the center.
it is.
Offset is kind of the style now.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, there you go.
I mean, this is one of the hats he paid for.
It's a good hat. But
Russ, what's wrong with it?
No, it looks good.
yeah.
Well, I'm wondering what you get excited about it.
What's the inside look like?
I don't see any.
Looks like Jason in there. It's a trick. Don't look.
Was it?
I think it's actually
A Louis Vuitton?
There should be.
what do you call it? It's
A
when you
Gucci.
do t-shirts or whatever.
Silkscreen?
Oh, you
Screen. I think it's a subscreen because it's not through the material.
Yeah,
think
that's
it's a
not
subscreen.
embroidery.
No.
No, it's a subscreen
Okay,
Silk, yeah.
because there's nothing going through the back of it.
right.
So it's a subscreen. But why didn't they center it?
Because that's the style these days. The younger people want it off to the side. It's a gang thing.
And see, I ask people when I'm doing.
I don't like it either, Russ. I'm with you, but
if I do a hat for somebody, I tell them, where do you want it?
Right.
You let me know if you want it in the front, on the side. You know, how do you want it?
Yeah. Well, I agree with you. So, but my point was that the reason I got into the embroidery was because of that.
Right.
And I ordered the machine, the beginning with the brother, whatever. That was a stupid mistake. That was a stupid. It went back to Amazon within 3 days. And Donna suggested the Genome or the Genome, however you want to pronounce it. And I want to tell you, this sucker is fantastic. It is fantastic. I have to build an actual table. I have a little card table that I have here that's sitting on. It will rock the table at least 1.5 inches in each direction when it's trying to sew. Yeah. So I have went out and bought 2x4s. I have a 4x8 sheet of 3/4 inch plywood, sanded one side, and I need a table 36 by 36. So I'm going, and I went out and bought two. I'm going to literally build a table of 3/4 inch sanded plywood and 2x4s for legs and the substrate underneath it to hold this machine, to keep it from rocking. That's how much pressure this exerts. And I have a feeling there's been a few stitches out of line. I think the stitches out of line is because the thing shakes so much. So that's my progress for this week. So when did I say this too much is too much when you can't afford it, or don't bank on making a business out of this?
Okay, it is actually pronounced genome.
Genome.
Okay, Glennis said it was Genome.
Because I looked it up.
Tomato. I looked
it up. It's actually pronounced genome. Sometimes I say genome. Sometimes I say genome. Just whatever
I thought it was genome, but
yeah. So, but anyway, don't bank on making a business out of this. If you do, if you say that I'm going to quit my job and go to making this stuff or that stuff, there are 100,000 million people out there that have these same thoughts you did, and they're going to, and yeah, it ain't going to work.
And you know what? Started out as a hobby, and if it gets to where you got so much business that you want to do, then, you know, hey.
Yeah, go for it.
Don't expect it just to go, hey, okay, I got a new business. And it doesn't work that way. Yes.
Because your aspirations of help me out here. Aspirations of
grandeur.
Huh?
Grandeur.
Your aspirations of grandeur.
Yes.
Your aspirations of grandeur may exceed what your ass can pay for.
Could be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because you go out here and think that I can.
If I may, actually, it's delusions of grandeur.
Yeah.
Length-handed crafted woodshop say, Russ, back my original question was this prompted by Nancy? No, actually, Chris Ahern thought about this
it was Chris's fault.
Don't blame the messenger.
Yep.
Okay. Let's just real quick, let's make this real easy. My wife and I got married, and we had 2 separate households. Her husband died, and I was divorced, taking care of kids. But anyway, to make a long story short, we had 2 totally separate financial situations. When we decided to get married, we decided that we will merge, but keep our finances separate, because she had a home, she had her own business, her own job, She had everything on. She was self-sufficient. I was self-sufficient. So in that merge, we decided that anything in the home we will split, but as far as what I want, I get. As far as what she wants, she gets. No questions asked. If I don't pay for it, I don't have to talk about it. Now, that being said, as we married, we decided we tell each other if I want to go out and buy a new truck, I'll tell her I'm going to go out and buy a new truck. And she would say, I'm not paying the bill. You pay for it. Go ahead, buy a new truck. So that's our financial situation. So when I posted that I don't ask my wife, I don't have to ask my wife if I want to buy something. Technically, no. I just go buy it. But out of respect, I will go to her and say, you know what, I'm thinking about buying a new embroidery machine. And I bought the first one and it failed. Donna told me better and I didn't listen. And so I'm going to buy this other one. And she'll go, oh, that sounds pretty cool. But, go ahead, buy it. It doesn't matter to me. That's how our relationship works. So I don't have to ask my wife if I wanted to buy anything I want to tomorrow. I don't have to ask her. I just do it. But out of respect and love of her, I will discuss it with her first. So yes. So when I see people posting, oh yeah, that's whatever. No, that's the way my relationship with my wife works. So a lot of people don't have that. They are in a situation where the husband and wife work together and he has so much to spend on tools and she has so much to spend on whatever they want. And I understand that. I just happen to be in a situation that that's the way it is. I can't explain it. I can't understand it. Do I love it? Hell yeah.
I'm in like a hunter-gatherer relationship with my wife. I gather do the hunting and get all the money, and I throw it over the fence, and my wife gathers it and spends it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna pay for
No,
that.
but I mean, you
But he'll tell me,
some-
he'll say,
Yes.
this is what you want to do, so it don't matter what I say. I'm like, you are correct.
yeah. But I will say this much: back to Donna, when I bought that first brother, I told her that I bought it, and I had read some great things about it, and she goes, "You bought a brother? Wasn't that one of the first things you said?" Anyway, to make a long story short, it went back. Within 3 or 4 days, it went back. I'm going to send it back. And
well,
then
I tell people, I tell, look on Marketplace and all that. If you find a certain kind where there's a lot of them for sale, don't get that one.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
You got that right. Because everybody's dumping them because they're no good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes that's because they're coming out with a new model next year, and they want to
They
get
all
their
say
stock
that.
out.
Well, that could be.
But I mean, there's some that, like Jim said, there's some like, oh well, I'm upgrading. But the ones that are getting rid of them, we're going to also tell you I'm upgrading.
I'll give you a prime example of our relationship. Nancy we had a big Pathfinder, Nissan Pathfinder Armada. Now they have two different versions. We had the big Pathfinder Armada, the one that would seat like 7 people. I mean, it was like a van. It was so big.
Right.
I mean, when we bought it, I was like, wow. It had a DVD player and it had headphones for everybody in the seats, in the back part and everything. I mean, this thing was like the most. I mean, I was in awe when she bought it. But we had that many kids at the time we got married 18 years ago. So when it come up, she was like, no, I'm really thinking about, I want a Camaro. And she goes, I want a convertible. I said, okay. And she goes, so I'm thinking about trading mine in. So we went down and she told him what she wanted. To make a long story short, I went down there with her. She traded in. She's got a black on black, black leather interior, black convertible Camaro, black outside. Everything is black.
So
And
did she know when you bought it? Did she know when you bought it you were going to be transporting drill presses in it?
No. But I did transport a full-blown drill press from Atlanta, Georgia, with our suitcases and everything else inside that sucker. We had to lift the top back to get the bar and stuff in for the drill press. It sit behind my driver's seat, behind her, up across the back of them. And
I heard a story about some wood too. Didn't you want to put some?
No, I didn't buy any wood. No, there was no wood. It was all drill press.
Because I remember one show.
And we had to pack. The guys walked out on the deck of the back, and they were expecting to load this drill press into a truck. And I backed up with my Camaro and lowered the top and opened the trunk. And they said, "You expect us to put all this in here?" And I said, "Yeah, we're going to get it in here." And I loaded the full-blown, 6-foot jet drill press in the back of that Camaro with all of our luggage. And we drove it home. And my wife said, her comment was, this is what my wife said, I don't care, but you damage my car and you're going to play hell. Mm-hmm. And we put it in there and never made a mark on a car.
You hurt my car, I hurt you, is what she said.
Yeah.
Calm it down.
You know how much a head weighs on a full-size drill press? It's got to weigh a couple 100 pounds at least.
Especially a jet.
Yeah, we put that sucker in the trunk of her. Oh, when we come home, car was riding like this. Oh, yeah. Car was riding like this all the way home. We put the head and all that stuff, the pedal, all that stuff in the trunk, and then we had to take the top down and put the bar from the driver's side seat to the passenger upside thing and lay it in there, and then put the top back on to cover it all up. And then take that back. Then we had to pack our suitcases in around the drill press, and then we lowered the top back down to bring it home. And Izzy Swan was there, and he said, I can't believe you got that sucker in the back of the car. And I'm like, yep, we're taking it home. Well, the thing about it was it was the new jet, and there was like $300 off. And I walked up to the guy and said, want one of those? And then they come back and said, well, we don't have one of those. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, we sold the last one. I said, okay. I'm like, he goes, but it's going to cost me like $200 to ship it or whatever. I'm like, whatever. And he goes, one guy was on the phone. He goes, we have one in the shop that they haven't, it's supposed to be the floor room model that they haven't put together yet. He said, if you're serious that you want this, if you'll pay for it right now with a credit card, I'll have it delivered this afternoon, and in the morning we'll put it in your vehicle. I said, paid for it. So the next morning when they got ready to put it in my vehicle, unbeknownst to them, they were going to have to pack it in the Camaro.
And they probably looked at you funny and said, really?
Yeah, they did. They're sitting on the loading dock, and I backed up and they said, we're going to put this in that. And I said, yep, we're going to get it in here. And Izzy Swan said, he's like shaking his head. Really? It's still in my shop to this day. It's standing right out there, and I still use it.
Oh, I thought he was going to say it's still in the car to this day. Oh my God!
It's still out there. It's still out there.
I can just see Izzy standing there shaking his head.
Yeah, he's like, "We're loading this in the back of a Camaro." Because you got to realize they brought out like 3 carts with parts, so it's like, where are you gonna put all these parts? And our luggage on top of that we took down there for the 3 or 4 days. So our luggage had to go in there too. So it worked out. It was great. But that goes back to, let's talk, when is too much, when is too much that you can afford, that it doesn't compromise your living style. Like if it compromises food, if it compromises your children, if it compromises your home where you got to live, if it compromises anything, that's way too much. You know, treat this as a hobby or something you want to do, or something that if you think you can make money out of it, that's not a problem. But put your budget into that platform so that if you make money out of it, it's a plus, but it doesn't compromise your family situation.
Don't get into it thinking it's going to be a big business. Get into it as a hobby, something you want to do. If you make it into a business, great.
You'll fail. You'll fail.
You can have a big shop.
Yeah. And that's why we said when it's too much, it's when you can't afford it. That's right. What my point is, when you can't afford it. So
my hobby's too much. But luckily, I have a lot of supplies from when it wasn't too much, so I'm covered.
Yeah. But so that's the whole thing. I just feel sorry for the people that do that they bank on, buying an embroidery machine, and they're going to be the next thing next door, and everybody's going to buy T-shirts or whatever from them, and they realize that everybody around the block has one, and they're doing the same damn thing. So
yeah. Once I got mine, all of a sudden everybody had one. I'm like, man, and I
really
down.
I know. I did the sublimation. Me and my daughter were doing sublimation, and I got online. Every time you turn around, somebody else is asking, "Oh, I just bought a printer. I want to get into this." And I'm like, "Really? We just started 3 weeks ago, and everybody else is doing it." Well, obviously, we were a day late and a dollar short because people were doing it before us.
Yes.
Yeah. Mine started about 6 months after I got into it, and then all of a sudden everybody's doing it. And I'm like, I mean, people's been doing that forever all over the place. But where I'm at, there wasn't really hardly anybody local doing it. And then once I get to where I'm like, okay, now I can do sales, because I won't do a bad job of it. So I had to make sure I could handle the stuff.
Right.
So I took my time with it and all that. And then when it's time to advertise, everybody's doing it. And I'm like, really? Oh, I got mine yesterday. I got this for sale. And I'm like, learn to do it first.
And that's another thing. I'm my worst critic. Trust me. I will not send something out unless it's right. I'm my worst critic.
I'm that way too.
Yeah.
I think we're all like
my
that.
wife, even I'll take something to look and tell my wife, "Does this look okay?" And she goes, "That looks great." I'm like, I don't know. It just looks off to me or something, I'll hold it up in front of her and she goes, "No, I think you're being over, it looks great and everything." I'm like, all right. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
That's done.
And Mark's like, you're your own worst critic. I'm like, yeah, but if I see it, somebody else might spot it. And it's like, no.
I've only made three cups as of this moment that are wrong, and this is one of them.
When are we getting our Let's Top Shock with Russ shirt cups?
Yeah, but this was the one that I printed, and I forgot to mirror image it.
Oh, so it's backwards?
Yeah, it should be mirror image before you burn on the cup. This is the
That's
first
funny.
one I did. Yeah.
That's funny.
But see, that's why you got
Yeah.
kids and grandkids, because then, or yourself, and you
Oh,
know,
I can give this to anybody. I mean, I can give this to anybody. It was said, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." Joshua 24:12, but or 24:15, I think it is. But,
Just sell a mirror with it.
yeah. So, but sell a mirror with it.
I have
That's a
grandkids.
good one. Sell a mirror with it. Yeah. Damn.
I have
didn't think of
grandkids
that.
and they're hoping for
That's
me to say
marketing,
I
buddy.
messed up. So they
Yeah. No, that was the first one I did, and I got a couple of others. This one, I had one that wasn't wrong, but I just didn't like it. I just totally didn't like the design or whatever. I just said, I'll never make another one of these. It just didn't look good. It wasn't wrong. It turned out great for what it was, but I didn't like it.
Yeah.
So I've only fortunately done 3 out of the 40 or 50 cups I've done. So 3 out of 40 or 50, I don't think that's too bad.
Russ, don't feel bad. You printed it backwards, but when you use a teleprompter, your phone or your iPad, your script comes from it. So I downloaded my script onto my phone. I hit play, play. Yeah, I lost it. There it is.
Yeah.
It's all backwards.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
sat
because it
for
goes
about
to the screen.
5 minutes scratching my head. So what the? How's it backwards? So I went back. I deleted, started all over. Did something wrong. Then suddenly dawns me, you idiot! It sits in front of a mirror.
Yes, exactly.
I just,
Exactly.
for some reason, it didn't dawn on me for a while. So
Well, I'm scared about this, and I'm going to tell you this right now. We're not getting the, and I think we need to do more advertisement. If y'all would help me, do more advertisement about the show. We're getting down to where we're only getting like 30.
well, let's
40
go back
people.
into the archives. Bring some old guests back.
Yeah. So, and I've thought about that too. So, but anyway, so yeah, thank you all, Aussie Man. Would if I could.
He just dropped a bird off at his
Heirloom Game Calls. All y'all are out there.
Brian,
Donna, Audrey, which she's on the show.
Trish,
If y'all will help me call them out.
Drive-Away Workshops out there. Wait a second, that's Drive-By Workshop. Donna's
Yeah.
Embroidery, Heirloom Calls, Len's Handcrafted.
What if I could?
Good, John. That's John. Donna's
Yeah.
Embroidery, of course.
Yeah,
Aussie
what
Man?
if I could is John, I can't think of his last name.
John C, right?
Yeah, it's John C. It's
Cousins?
on the tip of my tongue.
John Cousins?
Is that his name?
Cousins. There you go. Thank
Is
you.
it?
Yeah,
He still
I
has
think
to
that's
die
John
off.
Cousins. Yeah, I think it's John Cousins.
But is it Genome or Genome?
Genome. Yep, that'll be the big question. Listen, we're going to get out of here because I promised my wife I wouldn't go this late. And guess what? It's 24 minutes after.
You did.
So I break my promise every night.
Chris,
Yeah, I do. I literally, she goes,
Wait
how
a
long
minute.
you going to take? Honey, I'll be here by 9:05, 9:10 at the latest. And here it is 9:24. Yeah, so
Ross, tell her
Anyway,
it's my fault.
yeah,
I
make
ran
long
long.
story short, we're out of here. Thank you, each and every one of you, for being out there and watching me. I appreciate it very, 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 very much. And just give me sawdust, lots of sawdust all around me and everywhere. I like it flying off of my, what was it?
Oh,
Bearded
great.
hair.
You don't lose the words.
My
Bearded
big,
hair.
what?
My
My
big
big
nugget.
My big head and
Bearded
hair.
hair.
My beard. I was waiting to see if y'all knew what I said.
My bearded
Y'all
hair.
get it every week. You hear this and you don't even remember.
Well,
Off
what's your
my
moment?
big
We don't-
head and even in my beard and hair.
Chris,
Y'all didn't even know where I was going with this. Anyway, good night, everybody.
Everybody remember, you don't have to go home,
Thank you.
but you can't stay here because
Nope,
we're all
you
going to
gotta get
Russ's
out of
house.
What he
Right.
said.
Russ's house.
Live long and prosper, everyone.
Bonjour, Michelle.
Right.
Is that
Well,
what you say? Is Bonjour, Michelle, goodbye?
Well,
That's
it's-
kind of almost hello.
What
Au
I
revoir.
mean is, what is bonjour?
Bonsoir means good
Good
night.
evening. Good night.
Huh?
Bonsoir means good night.
Right.
Bonjour. How you say that again?
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir. Bonsoir, Michelle.
Oh,
Bonsoir, Michelle.
Michelle.
Bonsoir, Michelle.
Bonsoir,
oui, très
Michelle.
bien.
I is an E in French.
Okay, bonsoir, Michelle. Is that better?
Well, that's
No, but
as close as
Make
you're
it,
going to
make
get.
it easier.
it's what it is.
Make it easier.
Hey, I'm trying. I'm trying.
Adios.
You're trying. You're very
Good night.
trying.
Adios,
See
Miguel.
ya.
Make it easier.